What's up, guys? Today let's talk about Rampage, which is the other movie that came out last week, and I didn't get a chance to see it until today. Now, Rampage, just like Truth or Dare, is very, very stupid. Like, this week we got, in terms of the Hollywood movies coming out this week, we got really stupid ones. And I gotta say that I like this more than Truth or Dare, but it's still really stupid. It's not anything high class, and it's not supposed to be something that you're gonna expect to be considered a great movie, but just as a fun time. And in terms of the two, I think this is way more fun than Truth or Dare was. Even though I thought that was pretty terrible, it had a couple of moments that I thought were alright about it. But Rampage really sold me on just how batshit crazy it got. It wasn't trying to be anything more than just a stupid, fun time, and it really sold me on that fact. It really sold me on trying to be just a fun, disposable time. And it's based on a video game, which I think I, to my knowledge, have not played. I know it's been on multiple systems, but surprisingly, as a gamer, I've not played Rampage. And so I don't know any of the references really to it, besides the fact that they have an actual arcade game in the movie in the background, which I thought was kind of funny, but I don't know anything about the video game, so this is not a review talking about how it relates to the game at all. So I really don't know anything about that. But the movie itself, I said it's really stupid and fun, and it really works more so because of Dwayne Johnson in it. Dwayne Johnson in all of these movies, whether they're good or bad, I can always find a movie really entertaining because of him, because he has such great charisma and such great fun. Like, he is legitimately such a fun actor that just, no matter what the movie, he sells it just being a fun character. Like, he's always this character who has funny quips. He just really sells this being in these silly movies, and he really works really well in this one, like always. And I like that it's got him and Naomi Harris, who's good as well, and also having Jeffrey Dean Morgan in it, who is really great too, because he is so over the top. And I haven't seen him in Walking Dead. I've seen a little bit of Walking Dead, like in the first season, like an episode or two, and I don't remember him in him. But I've not seen much of Walking Dead, so I hear that Jeffrey Dean Morgan is literally playing himself in this movie again, like how he plays Negan in that show, where he's over the top and has a cowboy accent. And they even pointed out in the movie that he has a cowboy accent, like he even points it at himself, which I thought was really funny, because he really was over the top in this movie, and it made it way more interesting than just being something like played straight, because he really just had a role that it could have been so boring if it was somebody else, but to me, he really gave something more interesting than just a bland role. Even Naomi Harris did too, and her character, I think, is the way she acts is the most bland. And that's not an insult to Naomi Harris. I think she's a great actress, but she really, I like how all three of these actors work together. I think that they're all interesting, and how they really have fun with each other as these characters, and their kind of camaraderie with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and just how he's kind of a bad guy, kind of not. And it just really plays in a fun way, this movie. And I like how it really doesn't forgive anything about being really stupid. It is, and it's not trying to be anything other than that. And I thought the first two acts were really solid in just being so fun and so silly, but then as the third act went along, honestly, I got really tired and annoyed at the third act, because it just didn't, I felt like it went too stupid. I felt like the first two acts were harmlessly dumb, and they weren't super over the top, but I thought as it went along to the end, I was like, okay, this is kind of just, you're losing me here. It's getting way more just more of the same, and I felt like they were more subtle in the first two acts with the stupidness, but in the third act it was just like balls to the wall, but not in a way where I enjoyed it. I was just like, oh, okay, thanks for that. You could have just not been as crazy. But But to be fair, I'm arguing over a movie that's stupid, and I'm just saying that it's more stupid in the last act than the rest of the movie. But you can argue that it's stupid all the way through. But I just thought that as the third act went along in Chicago, I thought that it just kind of went too over the top, and I was like, man, I just got really exhausted just watching. Like I felt like there was way more in the first two acts that just was less always silly. Like there were moments of sincerity to it too, and these characters and actors in this movie make it really sincere. Um, Even if the writing isn't good, like there's a scene between Dwayne Johnson and Naomi Harris's character where she talks about her past, and it really is. It's not written well, but it works because of her. Like I thought she did a good job, and I thought that Dwayne Johnson's connection to George, he really has a good connection with him, and how they have great chemistry even though it's a CG animal. It's not even something that's there. I think that's really cool, and that's a cool feat that you can have that, not have a person there but have such great chemistry with that character. That's really awesome too. I really love that. So overall, Rampage is just harmlessly silly, and I just thought as the ending neared, I just got kind of sick of it. But overall, I'd say it's not like it's one of the stupid movies that's not one that I I really did like it for the most part, just being fun and silly, but it just wore its welcome out at the end. But it has a lot of sincere acting and a lot of like great actors in this movie that just give it their all with this material, and I think that that is a really strong accomplishment. Just giving it your all in this silly movie, and I think that the humor's funny for the most part, the action's cool for the most part. Just kind of wore its welcome out towards the end for me personally. I don't know if a lot of people would feel that way, but I did. So overall, Rampage I thought was really fun and really silly, but it's just disposable fun. I enjoyed it a lot.